Hey guys, Voices Extremis here. I am here yet again with the legendary voice actor Gary Schwartz, the voice of the Heavy and Demo Man in Team Fortress 2. How are you doing today, sir?
I'm fine. How are you?
Doing all right. So it has been almost 2 years since we did that last interview.
Wow.
Um, since then, yeah, September of 2018. Actually, it's been longer than 2 years. We're almost to three.
Really?
Since then, that video has almost 65,000 views.
Wow, that's amazing. Congratulations.
So a lot of people have found it, and a lot of people have been, checking in. I think a big spike of it happened with Rick May's passing, because people
Oh
were
yeah.
checking to
Yeah.
make sure that everyone else is okay. There's
Yeah.
there's a lot of comments in here of good to see he's in good health. I don't want this guy to be next.
Me neither.
This is and then, so some of the other comments we've got here, we've got this man seems like the nicest guy in the world, but yet at one point he said on a recording, "Heavy will now lay egg in your mouth." And so yeah, there's just so much positivity here.
Oh, very cool.
Talking,
Great.
making sure that they're making sure that you are in good health. They all wanted to know, so I thought I would make this as a follow-up to kind of be like, hey, this is what's going on here. He's
We have made it through the pandemic. I'm fully vaccinated. It feels great. It's so good to be able to get out and start mingling again with people. It's been a long year.
wonderful to hear. But I am definitely glad to hear that you have made it through.
Yeah.
So with that, as I said, Rick May's passing last year was a tremendous loss for the TF2 community.
Yeah.
And I've honestly never seen the TF2 community come. There are still like people I'll run into in game that have Rick May in their username. They haven't taken it off since. And
That's a great legacy for Rick. He was a really sweet guy.
It's just shown how interwoven this community is. But so now going on to some newer questions. So you said you're doing fine.
Yes.
John Patrick Lowry posted about a month ago now, I think it's about a month, that he was working at Valve again. Are you allowed to say you're working at Valve again?
I wish I was. I haven't been asked.
Okay,
so,
you haven't been asked to go back yet.
Available whenever they call. Sure.
All right. Other things I have here. Which does Heavy love more, his sandwich or Sasha?
Oh. I think I have to go with Sasha. My God, of course.
How many drunk Scotsmen does it take to make a Molotov cocktail?
Oh, just this one.
Here's a good one. Were you given any specific lines to where when you were given your lines, did they like tell you what emotions to go with them, or did you kind of just do that?
Yeah, well, they give you direction. They say, here's the situation, and here's, and then you read the lines, and you give them three versions of it, and then if they're not happy, they'll say, can you make it a little more intense, or can you lay it back a little bit, or just try something on your own. So it's a very give and take process when they're directing you.
Okay. What else we got here? Do the TF2 voice actors hang out with each other, or do you all have separate lives?
we all have separate lives, but our paths do cross occasionally. We see each other frequently at the Emerald City Comic Con because we do a panel on voice acting, which of course was canceled last year. But when Emerald City comes back, I'm sure we'll be asked again to do another panel. So, and I every once in a while work with John Patrick Lowry, doing voices. He's part of something called Imagination Theater.
Oh, yeah, I remember he talked about that when I interviewed him a few months back.
Yeah, and so I recently did an Imagination Theater, not with him, but with the group that, and he I guess has reformed the group since the founder of the Imagination Theater, Jim French, passed away. He and Larry Albert, I think, have taken over the reins and have kept the thing alive. So they sometimes call me in to do a radio play.
Cool.
There are many projects.
It's always fun to have projects that you enjoy doing.
Oh yeah.
What is the nicest thing you've experienced from a fan while working as a voice actor?
From a fan? Well, it's interesting. I was in Australia about 4 or 5 years ago, and for an improvisation convention, I teach improvisation, and where was I? I think I was in Canberra, and this young gal, she must have been in her 20s, was talking to me about improvisation. Obviously, she studies improvisation, but for some reason, I did the voice of the heavy just for fun, for I think ordering a beer or something. And she goes, "Oh my God, you sound just like the heavy from Team Fortress 2." And I said, "My dear, I am heavy from Team Fortress 2." And she just put her arms around me and rested her head on my chest and said, "Oh my God, I've spent 900 hours with you."
That's very wholesome. I love that. What else have we got here? I put a poll out to the communities that I'm in. I was like, hey, ask him questions, guys. What have we got? I'm saving this. Oh yeah, so since the last time that we met, we talked about like TF2 as the game and like the animations and stuff people do. Since then, have you looked into any more of those at all? Like what the community creates?
Not really. Every once in a while, I'll get an odd request to just voice a particular line for somebody who's doing a project. And sometimes I will, just send them the line if it's not too big a deal. Mm-hmm. Just because I know they're animating things and are probably part of that whole keeping TF2 going. I know TF2 is like what, 12?
We're getting close to, I believe, the 13th or 14th anniversary, something like that.
A long time already.
Oh
wow.
Yeah, it's been out for a while. And the interesting thing that I think you'll be happy to know is this past month, it actually hit the all-time peak high of players. The most players it's ever had in its entire lifetime.
That's great to hear. Good for Valve.
Yeah, so TF2 has definitely risen back to its former glory in terms of player count. Valve is still working on fixing things. There's a bot aimbot crisis right now, but Valve, I'm sure, is working on doing what they can to fix that.
Here's to making more modules if they ever want to.
Yeah, I would hope with this many players they'd realize, okay, it's getting to like CSGO levels at this point. We need to do something about it. There's a nice hole. How has life been for you?
Life has been very good. I've been having a great time. I've been traveling the world teaching improvisation in various countries during the pandemic, and I've been teaching online, doing a lot of improvisation online, and so I'll be doing some shows online in September, at a thing called the Vintage Improv Festival. So that will be an online exploration of improvisers over the age of 50, which I qualify.
That's really cool. What else do we got here? What is your favorite voice line for heavy and demo?
My favorite demo line is, "Oh, they're going to have to glue you back together in hell." And heavy, I just like saying, "Cry like baby."
Both very good ones. Okay, so kind of going back towards the animation thing, you're saying you sometimes do lines for people. I feel a lot of people would like to do that because one of the big things that has been in animation for a while now, but it's become a bit more prevalent, is they'll do sentence splicing with the lines you've already recorded. As in like they'll take even down to like the syllable to make heavy.
No, I've heard Justin Bieber's "Baby Baby."
Yeah. But even beyond, well, with that's like they're using whole words, but like there's some where it's like they will take down to the syllable to make like full sentences of heavy just saying things.
Amazing.
And now one guy, actually, I don't remember his name, but he's made something he calls 15.ai, which basically has studied your voice lines for thousands of hours and makes a text-to-speech to where you can type in anything and it will attempt to make it sound like the heavy.
That's great.
Yeah, and so that's one of the other.
Heavy reading Dostoevsky.
It's still not perfect, but you can tell that it's trying to be the heavy. Like it's not completely off. So it's really cool. And so people have been arguing whether or not the AI or the sentence splicing is the more superior form of custom voice lines.
Wow.
Okay, and then segueing off of that, the people are wanting this. So one of your lines as heavy, the "put dispenser here." One of the things that they've spliced off of that is they'll just cut out the first piece of that, so it's just "putis." And so they were asking, can we get just an official "putis"?
Putis?
Yeah, just "putis" as heavy.
Well, you mean put this or putis?
No. Well, the way that you say it in the accent, it sounds like "pootis."
Oh, put this here. Like that, put this.
Yeah, but combine the two, so just "putis."
Put this.
There we go. I'm sure people will much enjoy that. And then, last but not least, the most wanted thing. Literally, when I first asked people, like, what do you want me to ask him? Everyone did this. So, for context, about a year ago, someone sentence spliced Engineer's voice lines to where he said, Engineer Gaming. And basically what that means is your entire team goes engineer and there's sentries all over the place and it's a mess. And so now it's kind of caught on that they're trying to get all the voice actors to do their separate characters. So Robert Atkin Downes did Medic Gaming a few weeks back. John Patrick Lowry did Sniper Gaming like 2 weeks ago. And so now they're asking, can we get a Heavy Gaming and a Demo Gaming?
Oh, sure. Just the words heavy gaming.
So heavy gaming.
Yeah. Gaming.
Your mic peaked.
Heavy gaming. And demo gaming. Demo gaming.
There we go. That will definitely go everywhere. So yeah, wrapping up here, is there anything you would like to tell the fans? Tell them, say something to them.
Well, I'm just still blown away by, first of all, the lovely comments and messages I get sometimes that they really like the characters And I certainly, for the first few years after I did the voices, had no idea of the impact the game had in the
And
world.
just how big it was going to get. That cap, by the way, is 150,000 daily players.
Amazing. That's amazing.
So
Just
that's
amazing.
And the heavy is right there as the face of it all.
Yeah. Well, I love playing the guy. He's fun to play. Both characters were hilariously fun to play. And if they ever do more, I'm available.
Yeah, and let's hope for that, so we can see more of your absolutely amazing talent.
Thanks.
All right, so last time we had a Scottish farewell, so let's go with a Russian farewell this time.
До свидания, товарищи. Bye-bye. Heavy gaming. Demo gaming.